Yes, thanks for staying with us on the South Australian Sports Show. Poppy, time to have a look at boxing. It was a monster weekend. Mayweather v McGregor. Our boy, Ryan Goods, of course.
Our boy. Yeah, you're our boy.
64 kilos. He could have been in the ring.
Could have been.
Ryan, a couple in. Ryan, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
So you're the same weight. You're in that same weight division as a welterweight.
Same weight category, yeah. So anywhere between 147 and 154 pounds.
How did you, in the build-up to that fight, I think when last we spoke, you quite correctly said, look, McGregor can't win. He cannot win. Yeah. And you're 100% correct. But how did you find the build-up?
I thought the build-up was awesome. Yeah. Honestly, it was. Like, McGregor's a really good businessman. Like, he knows how to... And Mayweather, they're both good businessmen. And they know how to promote a fight, that's for sure. Like, obviously, they made a lot of money, and that's what it was for. And,
a lot of money. 350 million at the moment for one, 120 mil for the other.
That's crazy money, isn't it?
No, it's ridiculous.
Hey, mate, when you see them at the weigh-in, you know, they're stripped down and they look cut. If you weren't picking one as a boxer, they both look like they were in phenomenal nick. Which one would have you said... Physically, which one's more imposing?
Mayweather looked good at the weigh-in.
I've never seen him look that good at the weigh-in.
Yeah. He looked unreal.
Hey, well, what's the change from the weigh-in to fight? Because do they load up?
Yeah, definitely. So what they would do is they have to cut weight. They cut a lot of weight the night before. So we're talking McGregor probably put on nearly 20 pounds.
In 24 hours?
Within 24 hours.
How would he do that?
Just... by the time you rehydrate.
And he's a natural, heavier
That's it.
person.
24 hours is a long time. For an athlete who competes, 24 hours is a very long time.
20 pounds. So he went in there. When they were both at the weigh-in, I thought they looked comparatively similar.
Yeah,
but in the fight, he looked like a giant.
Yes, he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was massive.
Yeah, it took me about a year or two to put on 20 kilos. Anyway,
20 pounds,
I'm just thinking, mate, they boxed with 8-ounce gloves.
Yep.
What's the difference there?
Well, 8-ounce gloves, the padding in them is real low, like so it's real light. So normally we'll compete with 10-ounce gloves. So
is the hit more painful?
Yeah, definitely. But obviously McGregor fights in 4-ounce gloves in the UFC, MMA. So it's a big difference for him because he's used to pretty much going from knuckles to padding. Yeah. So and it's a big difference. You know?
Feels very awkward. It would for him to have those gloves on for the first time. Definitely. You know, so it's fight time. The bell rings and I thought McGregor looked out of his depth in the first 45 seconds, 1 minute. He looked like he didn't know what he was doing.
He was a little bit lost, I reckon. You know, he still had that MMA mindset. You know, he's very calm and collected.
What about the bangs on the back of the head all the time?
Yeah, I know. You got in trouble for that though.
Good technique. Yeah. They say that. I guess Mayweather was such an outstanding boxer. Well, he's 50-0 now, and I'll come back to Rocky Marciano's record in a minute. But they say he's conservative in that he looks for weaknesses, goes 3 or 4 rounds, and then he makes his move. It kind of looked like if he was prepared to take a chance, he could have got him in the first or second round. But was 10 rounds too long? Well, you thought that was about right?
I think it was about right. You know, obviously people paid a lot of money, so. Yeah.
But here's my question: Did he let it go a little bit longer? Or do you think he could have finished it earlier? I
think it was probably 50-50 with that. I reckon he let it go, but I reckon he could have finished it earlier as well. I think McGregor's a good fighter. You can't take anything away from him because he's strong, mentally and physically. So,
you watch the fight different to the way Poppy and I would watch it. What are you looking at when you're looking at it from a boxer's standpoint?
From a boxer's point of view, I'm just looking at more the cleaner, effective shots. You know what I mean? It's more about all the skill side of things. Like, I thought McGregor started off really well. I was surprised.
I was surprised how many times he got to him.
That's you know.
They said his footwork was really good and he looked good in the first couple of rounds.
But yeah, it's all tactics. It was all tactics. You're seeing like in the whole fight, Mayweather probably changed his fighting style 3 to 4 times. He changed his game plan the whole time. But obviously, if I wasn't a boxer, I wouldn't have noticed that.
Okay.
So
could he have nearly gone for a bit of the rope-a-dope stuff? Because it almost looked like he thought.
In a certain way.
Well, I reckon he did. That's what I'm saying. It almost looked like he knew McGregor was going to come hard and early, because probably his best chance was to get him early. Because then, as you fatigue, technique starts to play a bigger part in the fight. That'd be a fair call, wouldn't it?
Big call.
And then he's coming straight into Mayweather's territory. Then
that's it. Like, he ran out of gas, ran out of steam, and it's like the same in his UFC fights as well. He starts off so strong, and then he really dies towards the end, and that's when he's most vulnerable.
So what about you, Ryan? You know, which technique is yours? To be aggressive early, to sit back and watch? I mean, when you watch Mayweather and he wins 50 fights, you go, maybe that's the technique to go for.
That's it.
You know?
Sort of, the older you get, the more wiser you get.
He was smart. He's been smart the last 10 years, really.
Oh, please,
but when he was younger, it was completely different.
Yeah.
Like, he was aggressive and he was, a killer in a way, So it sort of depends on styles of fighters as well, I like the more boxing side of things. I like being
Who was
smart.
the fighter that fought in the bout immediately before? I think Mayweather actually trains.
Yeah, Gervonta Davis, I reckon.
He looks...
He's a young, upcoming
Wow.
little lion, that boy.
Yeah,
He's good.
he could be anything.
They say there's 5 or 6 guys coming through now that Mayweather actually dodged because he knew if he fought them, he'd probably get beaten. His record would get broken. So
There's a few,
we'll never see him fight again. I wouldn't think. Not even a...
Well,
maybe
unless
next-
you call him out. Let's make the call out to him right now. No, seriously, what?
Oh, I'd like to see it.
Anything above 300,000 that you get, he
Yeah,
can have the rest.
that's true.
So if it's 500 mil, we just won
Keep
300
it,
grand.
take it. That's
Yeah,
it.
I mean,
Happy
Jeff
with that.
Horn tried to get on the, I want to fight Mayweather,
Yeah.
I want to fight
Yeah.
Mayweather. I think he's smart enough to know that he can't go there. So I reckon Horn and Pacquiao, there's been some complications with that fight now. It looked like it was all set, signed, sealed and delivered, but now Pacquiao saying, look, I've got my job over here in the Philippines where I'm in politics. I don't know if I can get there in November. The weather's become a problem. Venue's not going to be big enough. So
Yeah.
do you think the fight will still go ahead?
I think, yeah. I reckon I can see Pacquiao having one last crack because it's not a nice way to end obviously a magnificent career.
But then does it go to a third after that?
That's it. You don't know.
that would be it. That'd be
I
it.
reckon that would be it.
Yeah.
But I always thought Jeff Horn was going to beat Manny Pacquiao from the start.
Why is that?
Just because, not because I'm not being biased, because I know Jeff and
Yes.
like he's a very, very humble person outside of the ring. But it's his style. He's a very awkward customer.
Yeah.
And I've watched him fight ever since he was in the amateurs, and I just know what he's like as a fighter.
Have you ever come across him?
I haven't been in the ring with him, but I know Jeff very well, and he's a very, very good person.
If you had to fight Pacquiao or Horn, which one would you pick to fight?
Oh, probably Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Only because he's getting older.
Yeah.
You
What about me? I mean, I'm 40. I'm 53.
Mate, it's pay for, mate. It's not over in a second. We want,
that's right, yeah,
It'll be
okay.
like Mike Tyson
As long
fighting
as you
you.
get the people watching.
That's right, yeah.
Hey, Ryan, just quickly, because we're getting the wind-up, mate. September, you look like you're going to have to fight interstate.
Yeah, hopefully. It's either going to be in Sydney or Perth.
Good.
Not 100% sure yet, but it's good preparation for the Commonwealth Games, so give it a crack.
All right,
and see
still
how we go.
going all right. You're supposed to have a fight. The guy got scared and didn't turn up.
I wish it was like that, but nah. Yeah, due to injury, unfortunately, he didn't get a fight.
Okay.
But just focus on the next thing now and just keep training hard.
Good on you, mate.
Stay in touch. We'll keep in touch
Yes.
with you, Ryan. Time for us to go to a break. Stay with us.